which that's cool, dude. Okay, this is a really dirty build. I'm gonna do analysis of how to proxy hatch in fucking ZvP. People are gonna be mad when you do this, so just be prepared. This build was requested by GM Cursor, and I was sort of freestyling it, but Fatal Bunny did teach me the basics of proxy hatching in Heart of the Swarm. So the first thing is you send a drone as soon as the game starts, and then just kind of continue droning like you would normally do a build. And when you go hatch first, you go hatch first in the opponent's base. So think about this map, Dusk Towers. It's a very macro-oriented map. There's a very small choke to defend 2 bases. A lot of Protoss players will try and go Nexus first. If they try and go Nexus first, they delay their gateway, and they have a bunch of money. So if you build a hatch, boom, so this was just a 17 hatch, kind of like you would do a hatch on your side of the map. They're like, oh, fuck, I can't build a base here. I guess I'll have to go and build a gateway. So there's a really big value in just messing up your opponent's plan. And this very definitely, clearly messes up the opponent's plan. This probe is not mining, so that's a small victory for me. We go 2 gateways, 2 gases, just trying to get some stuff together. And now I'm sending a second drone. So why am I sending a second drone? I have a couple options. One option is to build a spine crawler here to bolster this area. Another option is to create an additional target for the Protoss. Hatcheries are just big messy Zerg things to put in the game. This is one, I'll put another one in, and it takes a lot of firepower to bring down a hatchery. So kind of thinking about, instead of going 3 hatch before pool, what if you just built those 2 hatches in the opponent base? That's what proxy hatching is, and it's pretty strong for a good reason. So this is the second hatch. And then, in this scenario, my plan was to go for a Roach Warren and some Roaches here, rather than Lings. Why not Speedlings? Because Speedlings have to travel all the way across the map. They're bad against Adepts, they're bad against Zealots. Roaches can be built already inside the opponent's base with the proxy hatch. So why not Roach Warren? And then select the hatches, make sure the Roaches are coming out of this hatch, and then make your Overlords from this hatch at home. So boom, Roach Warren. Making Lings. The Roach Warren isn't done yet, so I'm just making Lings and Queens right now. These Lings, going into the enemy's probe line, aren't really going to be able to get big damage dealt, but it makes the opponent even more uncomfortable and forces them to direct some of their APM to this area, while you continue building this hatch, building this Queen, and getting ready to build Roaches. So Zealot comes out, overcharge, and then here, the Queen is going to be rallied in kind of a zigzag figure 8 path around these mineral lines, away from the overcharge, so this Zealot gets no value. The Queen gains value over time as an energy unit, the Zealot does not. So I'm basically pulling some pressure off of the hatch, it's on the Queen, and then I'm just running the Queen around. The Zealot is higher DPS than the Queen, so it's better for me to avoid trading right now and try and keep the Queen alive. This hatch is finishing up, and it's almost time to make Roaches. So I just have 1 base saturation, 16 on minerals, 1 gas, Roach Warren, and now I'm making Roaches. Once the Roaches are out, they can fight the Zealot. I'll go to my vision here, so you can kind of see the progression. So I'm going back to my base, checking on these units. I'm going to inject so I can make more units later, potentially. You could make a creep tumor. The reason I didn't was because I felt like I couldn't defend a creep tumor. The Adepts could just focus it down. Making another Queen here. A Queen will beat a Mothership Core one-on-one, so if you can ever get a fight between a full HP Queen and a Mothership Core alone, the Queen will win. I'm focus firing units with these Roaches. It takes 3 Roaches to one-star probe. And roaches trade well with stalkers, if none of the units have upgrades. Next queen is out. I bound this hatch as my second base camera location, so it makes it a little bit easier to jump to that spot. And that's basically how you proxy hatch Protoss. Be careful using this. It's pretty dirty and evil. Okay.